All things considered, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom getting $10 upgrades for Switch 2 beats the alternative I low-key expected. Mere full-price remasters of two Legend of Zelda games. Sure, newcomers dropping into these years-old games will have to drop a combined $150 to get them both on Switch 2. Maybe that's not great, but at least we know that there are hundreds of hours nestled in between both of those games. And the Switch 2 versions have a whole lot of neat new bells and whistles, even if it's not reinventing the wheel or the Hyrule. Visually, Nintendo's promising smoother visuals, enhanced resolution, better frame rate, and more detail. HDR was bandied about in the trailers. Load times will be quicker, and the real-world examples that they show is real quick. The side-by-side comparisons shown aren't seemingly game-changing, but it's all very nice. The Korok Forest, which has always been a frame rate debacle in these games, in particular looks much more improved. Now you can enjoy the nice music around the Deku Tree without noticing how much the engine craters. Playing Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom often seemed like the game was at the upper limits of the Switch. I'm not fully sure if this will entice me to start up a new playthrough or something, but this all seems like the optimal way to play these games from now on. The Switch 2 versions also add a second save file, so you can transfer your save over to Switch 2 from Switch 1, and even kick off a new adventure on the new platform without overwriting your progress. Beyond the visuals, the biggest hook to these updates seems to be Zelda Notes. This is a part of the Nintendo Switch app, which will soon be formally known as the Nintendo Switch Online app by the time the game comes out, but currently it's still the Nintendo Switch Online app. It's a thing. That aspect of it is a bit of a bummer that it's tied to needing a smart device to make use of this. It's not the smoothest way I feel to access this. Maybe a Wii U gamepad would have been the better route, but at least Zelda Notes seems to be designed with that quirk in mind, the fact that it's going to be on your phone. You can select shrines, Koroks, enemies, and more for the app to navigate you towards. You can glance at the map on the phone, which updates your position in the game, although from what Nintendo showed, looks like it was like a little bit of a delay. You can also use voice guidance, which lets your phone shout at you what direction you need to go in, whether it's going north, south, southwest, or even up and down. This seems like a new version of Nintendo's Super Guide, which was a concept Nintendo toyed with back in the Wii era. Those were boosts or guides built into the game that would do things like make Mario invincible if you died a lot, or in the case of Zelda games like Skyward Sword on Wii or Ocarina of Time 3D on Nintendo 3DS, give you hints as to where to go next. Navigation and voice guidance are not identical to those implementations, but it feels like it's in the same realm. I love when games have built-in guides to them, even if in this case it still requires your phone. Voice memories, also a part of Zelda Notes, potentially adds a lot of lore to both games. You can use the navigation and voice guidance to find dozens of voice memories throughout both games. In Breath of the Wild, you can hear new voice-acted stories from Zelda. In Tears of the Kingdom, Rauru and Koga also join in on the fun. The clip shared has Koga pondering if the depths are the afterlife. Looking forward to hearing more from Koga and also whatever character building nuggets arise from all of these. Other boosts and boons are present in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom on Switch 2, all via Zelda Notes on the Nintendo Switch app. Once again, none of this is game-changing, but it's all pretty neat. Completion percentage is available at a glance. You can share items and auto-build schemes using QR codes. Achievements and stat tracking are also all built into this experience. You can even get an amiibo bonus if you scan the same amiibo in 5 times. It's kind of like a, buy 5 amiibo, get 1 free. I mean, it's neat. Once again, not game-changing, but neat. Overall, I don't know if the Switch 2 updates for Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom will get me to sink hours upon hours into these games again, but I'm definitely going to boot them up and check them out when I get my hands on a Switch 2. It helps that for Nintendo Switch Online subscribers, the upgrades are included with your subscription. Otherwise, they're $10 a piece if you already own the games. If you don't own either game, the Switch 2 upgrade adds $10 to the retail cost. So you're looking at a $70 Breath of the Wild and an $80 Tears of the Kingdom. A steep price if you want the red box art and game card. It will be interesting to see how the prices for these Nintendo Switch 2 editions change in the future, But in the case of the two launch day Switch 2 editions due out on June 5th alongside the system, they're at least reasonably easy to check out if you're curious, thanks to the being free on Nintendo Switch Online. So what do you think about the Zelda Switch 2 upgrades? Are you going to dive back into Hyrule and spend another 200 hours in these worlds, or are you just going to glance at them or be like, nah, I played these on the previous system? Let us know, and stay tuned for more coverage about Switch 2 here at Nintendo World Report.
This video was made possible by our generous supporters on Patreon. Did you know that Nintendo World Report is funded directly by fans like you? When you support Nintendo World Report on Patreon, you get immediate access to multiple exclusive podcasts every month, exclusive Discord channels, an early look at select content, and more. All for as little as $1 a month. Check out patreon.com/NWR for all the details.